Hi guys, how's it going? Matt the Tomato right here. Hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to some more Europa Universalis 4. We are playing as Wales here with the rise of the Welsh Dragon. So, in the last episode... Ooh, there's a coalition against Scotland just formed. Okay. We could join the coalition. Wonder whether England will actually join. So, interesting introduction to this particular episode. Scotland. Yeah, 79. So England would join that coalition, and it'd be quite interesting actually to perhaps fire up a coalition against Scotland. That could be interesting. There is quite a significant number here, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to join this coalition. I think this could be quite good. You're already at war with Denmark as well. So, oh, we have a truce with you. 1560. Right, so we can't join that coalition. That's a bit annoying, but not much we can do about that. But yeah, that would certainly be an interesting move. We do actually have a royal marriage with Scotland as well, so that possibly helps. Any chance of an alliance with Brittany at all? Possibly a royal marriage, so I wouldn't mind just picking up Brittany as a friend, just as more, again, another defensive ally, but also, also the navy. Brittany tends to have a decent navy, so them numbers could be good. But yeah, certainly if Scotland ends up fighting quite a few wars against Denmark, that'd be really, really good. Just beat up on Scotland a little bit. And perhaps even if that coalition were to fire, then we could perhaps do a declaration of war, because we do have claims on some of this Scottish land here. So we could potentially declare war there and reduce Scotland's influence. Because England is still powerful, but I have to remember that they went bankrupt, so it might take them a little while before they recover. But we're going to continue to build a spy network there anyway, and stuff like that. We may actually, in terms of warfare, we might have to go above our force limits or something like that. That might be a possible thing that we'll have to do. Right, what do we need? Oh, we can fabricate another claim. So we'll fabricate for both Devon and Cornwall, I think. I believe we have really good spy network, yeah, because we have shady people, and also England went bankrupt, so they have no spy network defense whatsoever. So that's quite good. We are looking to move our capital to this particular province here. I think that'll be a good idea. Portugal is broken. Interesting. So that might limit their colonization potential. Look at this general here, though. 6452 for Ulster. They, of course, are allies. So your independence is guaranteed by Scotland, but then you're in the coalition against them. So that's quite interesting. But then they can declare war on them, but not the other way around. Because obviously, well, without a stability hit anyway. Problem is, Scotland does view us as domineering in this point, so they might decide they want to declare war at some point. But that's why I'm hoping that this defensive alliance here with Denmark might be good. And also, we do have the royal marriage, so and the coalition has just ended. So not much we can do about that. Let's go ahead and speed up to speed 4 then, and see whether we can do more here. So Scotland, yeah, see, this is an interesting thing, because obviously Denmark needs to land troops in order to have any chance of... what is the... Oh, Burgundy declared war on Provence. Which one of that? Did that bring the French in? No, it didn't. Okay. That's interesting. What was I going to look at? I've totally forgotten what the hell I was going to look at here. Oh well. Either way, let's bring home the guy from Brittany, because I think we can get a royal marriage here now. We can. That's going to be good. Excellent. Okay. And we can actually get an alliance as well. Lovely. That'll be really, really nice. Good defensive ally as well. Potentially offensive against England in that department. But England still has such a good navy. But it'll help with the war score and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and pick up that alliance then with Brittany. I think that that's going to work well in our favour here. Aragon is the papal controller. Nice general as well. Look at all these awesome generals kicking around. We can complete a mission as well. We can complete trustworthy allies, which gives us diplomatic reputation for 25 years. So that's pretty nice. Excellent. We can get some more trade protection here. Right, so what we need to do is move that back to here. Obviously, the more trade protection we get, the more we're going to be able to sap out of the English Channel trade node. And the more we can get out of that, the more money we'll make. So that should be good. Let's improve relations here and make sure we're at strong capacity. We could potentially improve relations with Scotland and say, well, oh, your independence is guaranteed by France as well. So if we declare war, that'd be brutal. But if we improve relations with Scotland, then that makes the punishment even bigger on Scotland for declaring war in terms of stability hits and stuff like that. So that could be quite important. When is the Scottish truce with England? So 1472. And our own is 1465. So we'll have the first blood attacking England. Then England will probably recover from that huge bankruptcy hit. They are still at -1 stability though, so their admin is going to fall behind quite nicely. And the other thing as well is they're still behind on military tech. So the more we focus on the military, the better. So actually, keeping our national focus on military is going to be an excellent idea going forward here. But I'm tempted to move the capital. But then I'm looking at the techs here, and whilst we're so far ahead, well, we're not that far ahead, but we're far ahead enough. Institutions, however, really, we are not currently getting the Renaissance to spread. Why is that? Oh, we need a 10 development province. Which we don't have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sink some diplo points into that province there and get that to spread, because otherwise we'll fall behind on institutions and that's going to be terrible. So we'll start the spread there. Kind of annoying though that it's a lot of diplo points to throw in for, because obviously we did increase the autonomy as well, so it's not really going to affect too much in terms of taxation. It's more expensive to dump it into the capital. It's cheaper to dump it into this province, but then... See, we could move the capital to here and then dump points into that, because it is grasslands, so that would be quite good. But I like the idea of a defensive capital in the hills. Scotland, that's probably going to end up in a white peace, but the blockade here is good. So let's go Cornwall. And then what we'll do is I'm actually going to build up the spy network even further and perhaps try to support some rebels in England just to keep really annoying, because we have the money now. Looking at whether perhaps the heretics might fire. See, the problem is as well, Scotland is closer to London than we are, so they would probably get a really good shot at having London, and we need London, it's as simple as that. London's the big one. Like 20 development province and everything, so good chance that... see, the potential advantages are that England might get the Renaissance spread first, but because of their lack of monies and things, their bankruptcy and all sorts, they might not actually be able to afford the embracement cost. It's a very slow development, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no spread here either. So in actual fact, the Renaissance might take a while to spread. Yeah, 25% to the hills. But I'm tempted to move the capital there, which gives you the discount on development cost. Yeah. Ooh, the House of Lloyd is shaken. Lose legitimacy or lose prestige? I think we'll lose legitimacy here. Need to keep that prestige up. Yeah, I'm going to move the capital. There we go. So we'll keep that to a... that should build up to 1,000, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that makes it a little bit cheaper now to develop over here. Truce with Burgundy has ended. Okay. Truce with Scotland. Okie doke. So the truce with Scotland having ended now is interesting. So if I brought him home... oh, Pretender rebels in Brittany. That's bad. But just looking at this... If I declared war... Yeah, see, the French would join, which is bad. Livonian Order would definitely not join, nor would Munster. So what I'm tempted to do is perhaps maybe... See, we've got no means of conducting any landings over here, but you might maybe trying to fabricate some claims over this way. Try to fabricate some claims, just annoy some people. So yeah, we still have that royal marriage with Scotland. So I'm kind of just tempted just to improve some relations. Okie doke, we're in a regency, right. So that means we've lost the royal marriage with Scotland. So, and they would not take it because of the domineering attitude. So not much we can do about that. But we should get back up to our stability, so that's okay. So we're in its Regency Council for 10 years now. Means we'll lose our advantage in terms of attacking England. That's quite annoying. But good Regency though, not too bad. 065. Okay, did we lose any royal marriages at all? We lost all of them, okay. So perhaps we should go get these back, in particular the one with Denmark. We need maximum relations with Denmark here. There we go, good. And we should consider a royal marriage down here as well. Because this weak claim could be quite interesting. Obviously, you can't claim the throne unless you have the same dynasty, but that could be a fun thing to do. Not that PUing Brittany really has that much value to it, but then there's Pretender rebels here, so the Tremoric could be quite interesting. I'm actually going to go ahead and so we could form the coalition back against Scotland, but I'm just going to improve relations there. Although Denmark, there's the... No, because Scotland doesn't consider Denmark a rival at the moment, but Denmark considers Scotland a rival. So there's no allied to rival modifiers or anything at the moment. There might be soon. Yeah, I'm going to see whether we can perhaps try to support some rebels in England. Could be really, really good. Do we create some more ships? See, we could just get a massive fleet of lights, but then at the moment we're not in a position where we're going to be able to take too much out of the English Channel trade node. Yeah, so Scotland sort of decided they want our provinces, but then if we continue to get that relation improved, then that might help, because obviously it will give them a stability penalty for declaring war. And hopefully with the defensive ally in Denmark as well, that could be quite useful. Who does Scotland hate? So just England. See, Burgundy. Oh, we were discovered in England. That's annoying. Okay. Not much we can do about that then. Right. So, in which case, we will build a spy network over here in Leinster. Could do with possibly seeking another ally, though. Oh, the French actually hate Denmark. Okay. That's quite interesting. You hate England. Civil alliance with the Burgundians could be interesting, but then being called into wars against the French might not be good. So, could just consider allying another Irish minor, but then not one that rivals Ulster. Possibly Desmond, who is allied with Ulster. It's just units, isn't it, at the end of the day? Oh, who's gone bankrupt? Navarra. Okay. So we'll see whether... So England's come back up to +1 stability. Still hugely massive negative prestige, though. So... Yeah, so we can't really afford too much. That's the thing. We're not collecting a lot out of the English Channel, either. Then we don't have that many provinces in it, so... doesn't make that much difference. But I think moving the capital here was a good idea because it's quite a low supply limit province. It's in the hills, so if we went and attacked anyone who was sieging that fort, then we would obviously be the defenders. So that would be good. Is that fort? Yeah, that's fully maintained. Yeah. So I'm tempted to just sink points over here, but it's expensive. And it's only plus 0.66 to spread there. No, we're not really getting very far with this. Probably be a lot easier to just sink a whole pile of points into that, but then, is it honestly worth it? Huge tech penalty though, that's the problem. Need to stay ahead on military, that's a given here, especially with England still at Tech 3. If we can get ahead of Scotland as well. But then Scotland has the institutions starting to spread, so not that it's spreading that fast, but it's still spreading faster than what it is in our own nation, so we may actually have to dump some Diplo points into our capital here. For a bit of admin as well. Expensive though, Jesus Christ. Maintain that diplomat for the moment. We're still at war here. This is likely going to be a white peace, I imagine. So Norway, I mean Denmark should just try drop troops. Could be a good idea. Depends how many transports they have. 10 transports though, so they could drop a sizable number. They could ask me for fleet basing, right? So they could drop all their troops in my land if they wanted to. Not got a problem with that, like. Okay, so obviously this regency is going to be annoying. So we can't declare war for quite a while. But it's a decent regency. Increase innovative expired. Okay, that's a bit annoying. But, oh, improvements in naval technology. Yeah, give me that Diplo power. So I'm thinking about just dumping in a whole pile of Diplo points in here. Just to get the Renaissance to spread. Oh, Denmark took some provinces from... See, there we go. See, Hollanders embraced the Renaissance. So it will start to move across here, but then because England doesn't like us, kind of frustrating. Because we could dump points into here, but then, yeah, see... Strange enough, this is a better province to dump points into. Yeah, let's do it. So let's do that. Admin. Spoiler military. There we go. Let's dump some points in there. And then we will tech up on our military. 12% though, quite horrible. But then we're still... I just want to maintain the advantage over England, that's the thing. They have got some allies now, Hamburg and the Papal States. This is the problem, I want to maintain the advantage. Provence will cede Anjou to Brittany, really? Oh, kudos, okay. We can fabricate this claim over here. There we go, fabricate some claims. Not that we can get around there at all, but we'd have to ask for military access through Scotland, and they would not do that. So, improve relations, allied to rival. So they have now rivaled Denmark, so that's fine. I'm just trying to avoid them, you know, like trying to convince them to attack. So I'm hoping that maybe Denmark... they are friendly towards us as well, and because they are rival to Scotland as well, that'll entice them to come in and defend us a lot better. So I'm hoping that that's going to deter Scotland from coming in to fight. I think I am going to go ahead and build a sprint one. The other thing is they have the defensive guarantee of the French as well, which is really frustrating. Like, really frustrating. But we should start fabricating some claims, I think, because I wouldn't mind... because what could happen is if Scotland and England start fighting each other, then we could just go in and attack one of them. You're improving relations with France. That's quite funny. I would love to see this, because I thought they had... I got the feeling they had historical rival. Rush expansion, wants your provinces. Yeah, but in general, enemy of enemy as well. No English in France. Yeah, so you know what? England and France might end up being friends. Oh my god. So then that would defeat the point of Scotland then, wouldn't it? And Scotland is indeed allied with France. Oh my god. Holy god, this is going to be difficult now. So Scotland might indeed decide to come in then and attack, because it has the backing of the French now. Difficult. What's our force limit? No, can't go up anymore. We do need to keep ahead of the tech then, also the tech ahead. So we could be in a bit of trouble here. Just need to tech up. Shouldn't have invested the military points there. Truce with Savoy has ended, truce with France has ended. Okay. Being allied to Denmark, in a certain way, is a problem, but then in another way is very good, so... The actual idea of keeping both Scotland and England around here is useful, because they might decide to fight each other. Just think about building a couple more ships here. Yeah, still another ship. Try and continue to build up some lights. Getting a little bit more trade power out of the English Channel there now as well. That's quite good. Plus 75. Interesting. Our opinion of them is quite good. Yeah, it's quite interesting actually. Okay, technology. We're going to pick this up. This is military, even though there's a huge tech problem because of the institution. We still need to go with this. So I'm going to go for the men-at-arms actually here. So we'll tech up and try and keep up with Scotland here, but more importantly, we're 2 military techs ahead of the English now as well. Of course, the English do have allies again, but keeping ahead of the techs is going to be quite good. The only problem, well, one of the problems I can see is if we go in against England, and then Scotland might decide to go in against us. So in a certain way, we might not want to go in against England until we are absolutely certain, because the Scottish obviously have a truce. So they might just be enticed to come and attack us. That's the problem. What's the English army currently at? 10,000. Okay, yeah. So they're still more powerful than us. But then we are 2 techs ahead. So we could potentially go above our force limit to then try to deal with that. And we could call in Ulster. But then Hamburg and the Papal State might decide to drop troops as well, and that could be really annoying. But then we could call in Brittany as well. So I don't know, being subsidised by France. Yeah. So I'm hoping that the defensiveness might be enough. Probably do with a 4th ally here. Thinking about Desmond. Just to get another ally. That being said, though, I like the possibility of possibly going with Burgundy. 176. Do we reckon we could get an alliance with the Burgundians? I'm just wondering. It'd be great if we could. Be, again, a very strong defense in 80 because they do hate England. And if they hate England, then that helps. Obviously, we can't go to war with England anyway because we're in this regency, so maybe see if we can get that alliance there. Yeah, we have claims on all 4 of these, so that's good. Poor old Munster over there has just been declared on by two nations at the same time. Papal state at distant war, though. Because these two hate each other as well now, and it's quite interesting. So no longer domineering, they're just hostile. Let's move out here then. Bring the navies together. There we go. Get an extra ship protecting trade there in the English Channel. Lovely. 106. Yeah, gone up to 115. That justifies the extra lights. So the more lights we have, the better, really. So let's build 2 more. Try and sap more out of the English Channel, because the lights cost 004 each. But then if we can sap an extra 008, no, yeah, 009 in fact. So in actual fact, we're more than doubling our money by investing in the lights. So in actual fact, it's a good investment to get more trade out of the English Channel. So yes, I think that's a good idea. I cannot believe you have good relations with the French. That is actually quite hilarious. Because they both hate Denmark. It's interesting that the French would announce Denmark as a rival and not someone... Oh, they've already... Yeah, not Burgundy. I'm surprised they didn't announce Burgundy. No, I don't think we're going to get this alliance here. Give it a shot, though. Actually, hang on. No, I thought you were improving relations with me for a second. I was like, what? No, okay. It looks like Brittany's going to fall to the Pretender rebels, though, because they're suffering quite horribly there. Being subsidised by the French, though, so their monies might be okay. I wonder if there were any interesting disputed successions. Not particularly. 081, though, we're getting good there with the monies. The idea being to hopefully increase our force limit. I'm going to dump some more points in over here. Obviously, we have the military here as well, so let's keep dumping some points into that, try and get that embraced. There we go, a little bit better. So now we're a 20 development province, so we should get the boost. So that should be okay. It's probably enough development. We didn't need the extra one, to be quite honest, but hoping that's going to allow us to embrace the Renaissance. In fact, it will allow us to embrace it before Scotland. What about England? Yeah, England will get it before us. Then they have more provinces to try and embrace it for, whereas we only have 5. So that's the advantage of being the smaller nation here. Oh, Burgundy declared war against Liège? Really? Is that not a declaration against the entire HRE? Dumbass, honestly. Right, so in which case, I'm probably going to go over here and ally up with Desmond, who've also sent a royal marriage. Lovely. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. It's just another defensive ally, really. So Ulster, Brittany. Yeah, so continue to improve some relations here, I think. Does Ulster hate Scotland at all? Are they still... No, the guarantee was revoked. Still, let's go ahead and improve some relations over there. So 121 currently being sapped down to the trade node, which is good. Obviously that will drop here because we're no longer protecting trade. There you go, 073. So that's the impact there of protecting trade. Right there. Lights are a valuable investment. And we'll see it shoot up in a minute. So our truce with England has ended. But obviously we're in a regency, so we can't declare war. 4 years' time, which is still before the Scottish truce. So we might still have a bite at the cherry there, but then obviously depends who we can call in, who we can't. Yeah, it could be a difficult war. In a certain way, it might be better to be prudent and wait for Scotland and England perhaps to fight each other, and then sort of jump on the bandwagon and use one of them as an ally. So whether we declare on Scotland or whether we declare on England, we'll have to see. But depends what the French are doing, I suppose, although the French are currently in a war. Ally with Gelre. In God's name, did they pick up an alliance with them? Jesus. Yeah, so I reckon prudency is the way to go here. Yeah, so this should work out quite nicely here. We could sink a couple more points into the province if we wanted to. How much is it adding? +3. Ooh, new champion of the joust. Ooh, I don't think we can afford to lose the legitimacy there. Yeah, we're going to have to tighten the rules here. We can't afford to lose that legitimacy. That'll be terrible. Despite the fact the general would be really, really good. But no, can't afford to do that. Captain and defender. Interesting. No, we don't need to bung more points into that. I think once it's present here, it will spread into the capital quite nicely. And we might end up just dumping a few points into the capital to make that better. Okay. 5-3-3 though. Look at this. Look at this dude here. 5-2-4 and then a 5-3-3. Jesus Christ. Really, really good. So Scotland's going to be bombing ahead in tech here. England's still at tech 3. I'm curious though. Yeah, I was just curious to see who would join, but we can't even check that. Keep improve relations there. Yeah, looks like Brittany will fall here to the rebels. I wonder if there's anybody else who might be interested in an alliance. You hate France. I can't believe that France has rivaled Denmark. It's crazy. Actually quite crazy. And Denmark has decided to rival Bohemia, who does rival Poland. So Austria. Just looking at some potential here. Burgundy's going to get its ass kicked here, which might be interesting because obviously if France decides to go in and declare war on Burgundy, that could be quite interesting. Yeah, we need to keep up this military here. We need to keep flying through with the military. The combat width and the infantry shock here of Tech 6 is really good. Total development grown by at least 50. See, that's the other advantage to Conquest, is we can grab this mission here, and which gives us some free development. Yeah, local development costs reduced as well. See, that's really good. So in a certain way, we could do with attacking someone, but then we don't have the transports to be able to move around to Scotland. No, you don't hate anyone over here, but then also we don't have... I find it interesting that we have no possible rivals. Like, we can't rival any of the Irish miners at all. Quite surprised by that. So much trouble there. Unless... No, Austria's not in multiple wars, so that's just going to... Oh, you lead a union over Hungary as well. Jesus, okay. Interesting, but that's it for now then. So thanks for watching. This has been myself, Matthew Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series, and join me next time for more Europa Universalis 4, and I'll play through here with the Welsh Dragon. See you later, guys.